12th birthday, I asked for a guitar for my parents, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I just felt some closeness to it. And when I held a guitar in my hands for the first time at 12, I knew that's what I had to do. It was like that. I just felt this urge to want to learn more about music and the guitar, and I just felt this connection, a very deep connection, like that's all I thought about. I felt towards the end of my conservatory training, I felt kind of artistically, kind of like I was being suffocated in some way, like I felt like my time there was coming to an end. As you know, about 13 years ago, I started to realize that there was something I was searching out, and kind of prior to that, I had been kind of, for many years, I've been doing some pretty intense meditating, you know, like 3, 4, 5 hours a day I was meditating to try to find an answer to my music, right? And so in meditation, you're just trying to clear away the unnecessary. You're not trying to add anything to what's there. I was just trying to remove what is unnecessary. And so what came about that was actually the birth of these guitars, one by one. And I started to realize that the parameters in which I was working was the problem. And so you had to change those parameters to get a different result, different path. And I felt like the 6-string guitar, although, you know, I guess you could say anything's infinite in some sense, I just felt like I was encaged, like in a prison. But with these instruments, you know, you realize that there's a greater level of humility that one has to experience, because you realize that, you know, instead of being the large fish in the small pond with the 6-string guitar, you start to realize, you know, that now everything has changed. Now the universe seems so extremely vast that you'll never finish exploring its possibilities. And I think it's getting to that level that's where the real beauty is at. Okay, so this instrument was built by Willits, California luthier Greg Byers. So this instrument has 2 extra frets on the low strings. Those are lower playing string, and it has 3 extra frets up high. We also have this little sliding capo that we can stop the string within the first 5 frets. It's tremendous flexibility. So I decided to call this instrument extended 7-string, not just a 7-string guitar. So for example, you know, the melodic range is extended, right? You're not used to hearing notes go down that low. But then there's the harmonic aspect in which you can have chord voicings, which in fact sound much fuller, yeah? So if you have a chord like this, it sounds nice, right? But it's different. There's that bottom end that fills in so much color and just resonance. I mean, I feel like my whole being can kind of sink into the instrument. Okay, so this I call the 25-string Raga guitar. It was created by luthier Scott Richter of Marin. So the idea behind this instrument was to fuse the extended 7-string guitar with the sarod. My guru, the late Ali Akbar Khan, played an instrument called sarod. So I wanted to fuse that elements of sarod and the 7-string classical guitar into one instrument to be able to play Indian classical music authentically. So I have 7 playing strings. If you notice, the 7th string has the 2-fret extension, and the higher notes up here actually go up to 24 frets instead of 22. And there are, well, then there's the just intonation fingerboard, only a 12-note octave and 5 of them at just intonation. 12 sympathetic strings that ring sympathetically. Right, hear the resonance? And these are called, 2 strings are called chikari, and these 4 are called jawari. And they're found, so the sympathetics, the chikari, and the jawari are found on sarod and sitar and other Indian instruments. So that enables you to there's much more resonance. I think over the past 10 years I've worked rather extensively on the design of these guitars, refining them, understanding what they're about, and I feel that this has set the tone for what I have to accomplish in the rest of my life. I feel that